All right, folks, it's July 6, 2023. We're going to be talking about BlackRock going all in on Bitcoin, BRICS getting ready to roll out their new reserve currency, and XRP forming a golden cross, getting ready to potentially take off for a nearly 700% rise. Now, you guys already know the deal. We've been waiting a long time for that, but let's get right on into it, folks. Let's have a little fun here today. Now, if you're looking to get tapped in with a community of like-minded individuals, same mission, same purpose, find a little bit of motivation, inspiration, and maybe a potential business or investing partner, we got it all going down in the Discord group. You head on over to my website, ZachRector.com, to sign up for the Patreon that gets you access to the Discord group. We would love to see you over there. Now, with that being said, folks, let's take a look at the market. We see still moving sideways, 30,500 for Bitcoin, 1,900 for Ethereum, and XRP's at 47 cents. So here's your sticks sideways between 31.5 and 30,000, and we're actually printing a big red candle right now on the 4-hour chart. Okay, 4-hour chart, we were up at 30,800 this morning, and now we're back down to 30,500. So we've dropped a few $100 here this morning as we form this candle. Let's watch that one closely, and let's roll on into the news, folks. So we're talking about the BRICS getting ready to introduce a new currency backed by gold in contrast to the credit-backed US dollar. As I've been saying, the West wants to export woke policies, a woke agenda, and a woke culture with fiat funny money and a credit-backed US dollar. Meanwhile, the BRICS is done with our crap, and so the decision is coming a month ahead of the Bloc Summit in Johannesburg. With the growing initiative, more and more countries are lining up to join the group. So you guys have known that we've been covering this for a while. You have dozens upon dozens of new countries that are trying to join the BRICS group. Now, it has been reported by the Russian embassy in Kenya that they are actually going to back this new reserve currency by gold. Let's take a listen in here, folks.
The BRICS group is set to introduce a new currency backed by gold, in contrast to the credit-backed US dollar, with countries lining up to join the growing initiative.
The BRICS countries are planning to introduce a new trading currency which will be backed by gold. More and more countries recently expressed desire to join BRICS.
The decision comes a month ahead of scheduled Alliance Summit in Johannesburg, South Africa. 41 countries have since shown their interest in BRICS membership and its new currency implementation. Russia's foreign ministry has stated that if African states show enthusiasm, the group's expansion may also be on a Russia-Africa summit's agenda in the end of July. As of now, the BRICS group remains comprised of Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. Former statistician general of South Africa, Pali Lehola, says the gold-backed currency will facilitate the advancement of developing countries.
And the thing about it, folks, is you don't have to join BRICS formally to ditch the US dollar, to dump our treasuries, to no longer accept the IMF loans, right? And this is what all these countries want to get away from. They're asking for a level playing field. Sounds pretty familiar to the crypto investors here in the United States. You know, all we want is a level playing field. Same for the folks across this world that have put up with the United States abusing the reserve currency status. But it's just a formality to join BRICS. It takes nothing. It takes the press of one button to sell off and dump your treasuries, like China has been doing at a record pace. And many other countries, like you said, dozens upon dozens lining up to join BRICS. We have an Africa summit that's taking place with Russia this coming month at the end of July. And then at the end of August, 22nd through the 24th, is going to be that next BRICS summit. And it looks like, the rumors are already starting to speculate and swirl around that they are going to be backing this new currency by gold. Now, for me, it was not really a question of them backing by it a commodity or oil or anything like that. It was just which one, or a basket, or what DLT technology are they going to use to facilitate this, right? To tokenize these commodities. And so this is not really a surprise to our community. This is why we continue to stack the precious metals. And, right now we're looking at a situation where you may have less than, 2 months now, about a month and a half away from this next BRICS summit to where this could be announced. So, you might have a window of opportunity here to front run that announcement. And I'm not saying that, gold's going to absolutely take off here in the next month and a half. I'm just confirming that we see the central banks buying more gold than we have in 50 plus years, right? And then now you see that the need, the desire to move away from the dollar is there, and a solution is about to present itself. And the front running has already started by the smart money, and I'm worried that many people are going to get left behind. In particular with silver, we had a shortage of 230 million of these little guys. This is 1 ounce of silver, and we had a shortage, a deficit last year of 230 million ounces. Now the whole world is starting to realize how big of a role silver plays in its utility for all of our technologies, solar panels, incredible demand coming from the solar industry. And so you're seeing it front run, but you're also seeing the desire to use it as a currency, to use it as an alternative, just like gold. And so the shift is here. The announcements are going to be made, and it's just a matter of, are you going to get left out, right? Are you going to get left behind? Who's going to get the silver? We had a 200 million ounce deficit last year. Demand's only gone up since. Price continues to stay suppressed. I've been watching the COMEX vaults. They keep on filling up the COMEX vaults. And they're doing so while they can, while we're on the summer slowdown, taking a break. They're filling back up these vaults because they've been absolutely drained. Millions of ounces on a daily basis. Hundreds of thousands on a daily basis on a low day, right? And so just consistently, we've been seeing these vaults get drained. The COMEX taking a break here, and they're filling them back up. And I think that they're just getting ready for the next move, if they know what's coming, right? So get it while you can. Excuse me. Get it while you can, folks. You can head on over to my website, ZachRector.com, and we have affiliate partners that will help you roll over your 401k retirement account to precious metals. And then we also have folks that will ship it right to you. So get it while you can. Now, we move on into the next article here, folks. This is a big deal. So we see the rest of the world moving away to alternatives, and then we see groups like Twitter now receiving first 3 money transmitter licenses for payment services in the U.S. Now, this is a massive deal. All goes back to the initial plan, the initial dream that Elon had with X.com and the PayPal mafia, still working to overthrow kind of the powers that be and democratize finance and make it much more accessible. And so this is a massive deal, the fact that Twitter just got those 3 licenses. They're going to be moving forward. And you think about what they're trying to build out here. It's similar to, what is it, WeChat, or is it WhatsApp? I forget what it's over there. I don't use WhatsApp, by the way. Watch out for the scammers, folks. The scammers are relentless these days. It pains me that I even have to mention this, but I'm not going to direct message you on any platform. The only thing that I do is sometimes I will respond to Twitter DMs directly, but I never send out messages first. I will never use WhatsApp ever. I don't care. I will never use WhatsApp because there's so many scammers on that app. But what they're building out here is very similar to what they have there in China, where you have your basically the everything app, right? That's what's getting created right here. And, something that started decades ago with the formation of PayPal, now he's seeing it through. And once again, it's the alternative away from the US dollar that people are seeking, the alternative to the existing banking system that people are seeking, and it's just ridiculous. Consistently you see the issues, whether it's I opened up a new account and I have a hold for like 2 weeks on my money. I'm like, I just gave you the money and now you're going to put a hold on my money for 2 weeks, and I gave you a bunch. And you're going to, it's just crazy, right? You take a week to send a cross-border payment and they take, 5%, 10% of the fees. It's just crazy, right? And so people want an alternative. This is what's coming through Twitter. This is what's coming with the BRICS reserve currency. And for me, the alternative of choice is XRP. That's getting ready to potentially rise 700%. But for BlackRock, Now they're Bitcoin bros over here at BlackRock. Take a listen here, folks. BlackRock CEO is now promoting crypto and Bitcoin. Take a listen.
Clear, Bitcoin is, and also I do believe the role of crypto is it's digitizing gold in many ways. Instead of investing in gold as a hedge against inflation, a hedge against the onerous problems of any one country, or the devaluation of your currency, whatever country you're in. Let's be clear, Bitcoin is an international asset. It's not based on any one currency. And so it can represent an asset that people can play as an alternative. I would call the foundation of BlackRock is about hope. You invest for retirement because you believe tomorrow is better than today. And also, I do.
You guys check this out. So if you recall, just about a week or so ago, what did we hear from one of the BlackRock employees? I retweeted this out. I said, how do you cover up one of your employees saying war is good effing business on recorded audio? You hop on the Bitcoin bandwagon. And I can't help but laugh listening to Larry Fink explain Bitcoin. And, you know, he sounds like a noob, like he just got into crypto, saying that BlackRock is about hope. What are you talking about, bro? I mean, he's speaking up there as if he just took a hit off the Bitcoin pipe with the Bitcoin bros, right? BlackRock is about hope. The same company that we just heard an employee say that war is good effing business, right? It's a joke. And they've already been in crypto. They've already been in DLT. This whole narrative that the Wall Street and BlackRock and these guys, the sophisticated smart money, is going to come in late is a myth. I mean, this is just not true. They have already been here. And you can go see, you know, Ripple has ties to BlackRock, absolutely. Employees coming from BlackRock, going to BlackRock, back and forth there. There's been some deals happening. And I think that, like I always say with XRP, once the veil is lifted, you're going to see that BlackRock's made an allocation into 6, you know, maybe a dozen different cryptos. And these are going to be the cryptos that are actually going to move the world, right? It's not going to be 100. It's not going to be thousands, right? It's going to be a handful that really shake up the world, maybe a dozen. And after they lift the veil, it's not going to be Bitcoin bro talk. It's going to be, oh, we got this gem over here with Filecoin or whatever it may be, XDC, XRP. It's not going to be Bitcoin being the end all be all. And usually when they are speaking, they make sure to say that, you know, we're into crypto now, right? They won't ever tell us what the other, you know, choices, the other altcoins that they've chosen are, but they do ride the Bitcoin bandwagon. And what a fantastic way to cover up your own company getting caught on a recorded audio saying that war is good effing business. So, you know, watch what they do, not what they say. And they've been moving, and they always do this. They basically come out. They did it in 2017, 2018, where they were telling folks how to buy Bitcoin when it was trading at 20,000. They were telling folks how to buy XRP when it was trading at an all-time high of $3. And then they tell you how to sell. They tell you how it's bad. It's the worst thing ever during the bear market lows. When you actually have a time to accumulate, this is when they're saying that it's bad, and that's when they're picking it up. And so now we're in the middle of a bull trap rally, right? That is just 100% based off of manipulation and fraud and printing more stable coins to run us back up from 15 to 30K. They did have a narrative that did help them with the banking crisis, absolutely. And I will give some credit to the Bitcoin community and what, you know, what Bitcoin has accomplished, because part of that narrative is being an alternative to the banking system in the US dollar, and that's what people want. But they've done this time and time again. I've been warning about this bull trap rally. I am not getting excited. The macroeconomics still take us down lower, in my opinion. Not that we have to go set a new low, right? But we are not in the clear. And I am not getting excited off of BlackRock coming on and acting like a Bitcoin bro. That does not get me excited. That the signals are going off. The red alert, they're about to dump on us doofus morons who think that, you know, BlackRock's going to pull up to the smoke session, hit the Bitcoin pipe with us. It's an absolute joke, and they're setting us up for sacrifice once again. Stay ready, folks. Stay ready. Now, when we come into rolling out this new system, you can see it's here. We have this tweet liked by Volante Technologies. This tweet here shared by Lyft Capital. Fed Now will not launch until July 20th. So I guess the go live date is July 20th, or as the lady from Finastra said, the magical day, folks, is July 20th. But banks can test their ability to connect to their Ripple partner, Volante Tech. Now, Volante actually liked this tweet. If you go listen to Volante, some of their folks, they are so excited about XRP and Ripple. They're so happy with their partnership with Ripple. And so there you have it. Multiple Ripple partners tapped into Fed Now. And we're going to see the magical day come July 20th. Now, DAI, we got a couple from DAI here. Huge shout out to Digital Asset Investor. And actually, before I share this, I want to make one point. You know, there's been a lot of crap that's been talked, a lot of negativity and all that stuff. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I just want to say a huge shout out to Digital Asset Investor, because the man has been the best at putting together the timeline and the corruption with this Ethereum gate. This whole ETH gate issue, he has been the best. And number 2 has been Brad Kimes, right? And so these guys get all this hate for being YouTubers that are making money off YouTube. Who else has put together this in any better fashion than Digital Asset Investor and Brad Kimes in showing this corruption on a daily basis, just hammering away, continuing to apply pressure? Nobody's done it better. But yet everybody wants to be mad because it's a bear market and our crypto isn't going up every day like we experienced during the 2021 bull run, right? And then folks want to come at me for being an XRP hopium bro. Listen, I started off on TikTok during a bull market, during a time when XRP was going up 10% every day. So yeah, it was very easy to, share little videos that were XRP hype. We were making a bunch of money. We all thought we were smart. It was a very good time. But I did call the bear market coming. So you can't just say that I was XRP hopium when we were having a good time and enjoying it, but I also warned of what was coming, which was the bear market, and we called it out. You can go back in my content. It's all still there. I haven't deleted any of my XRP hopium videos, if that's what people want to call them. I haven't deleted any of them because they're good videos explaining the fundamentals of XRP and why I was so hype on it. And yeah, once in a while I would show a picture of the chart that had gone up 15% in a day. That was fun. It was a good time. But then we warned and we called and we put a specific target on December 4th, 2021. Go back and look at the charts, 40% liquidation event. So you can't say that we're just hopium when we called out the bear market. You can't get mad at DAI for making videos, making a little bit of money off of YouTube, when he's done the best job of putting together a presentation calling out this corruption that has now reached Congress, right? We've reached Congress. We know we're now being heard. Whether or not they're going to do anything about it's a different story. But it's just ridiculous to me that there's still folks that want to throw shade at those of us that are trying to call out the corruption, but then also teach the fundamentals of this technology, how big these markets are, how big, how the payments landscape is actually laid out today, and how that's going to change going forward. That's not hopium. That's not hype. It's not clickbait. No, this is what's going to take place. And now, as I titled this session, XRP ready to rise 700%, I'm going to show that here at the end. Right. And it just aligns with dozens upon dozens of other technical analysis that are saying the same thing. We go to nearly a double-digit price with ease. Now, everybody wants to know when is the moon date? And instead of focusing on that, I've been saying, let's focus on your side hustle. Let's focus on expanding and scaling up your business. Let's get ready to invest in real estate. Let's stack some precious metals. Let's make sure we're prepped out and ready for 10 days of darkness. We can still move the ball forward. We can still move the needle, whether or not XRP has mooned, right? So don't wait around. But sorry, I had to get that rant out of the way because I got a couple here to share from Digital Asset Investor. And I just think that he is an absolute legend. And I am forever grateful because DAI is the one that woke me up out of the Bitcoin hopium trance and brought me over to the good side. Let me see the light. So I'm forever grateful for DAI. I just think it's so ridiculous and immature. And I know that our community is not really engaging in that. And so huge shout out to the real ones who continue to press on, continue building during this bear market. Now, with that being said, let's listen in here. DAI sharing a little video snippet of Raoul Pal speaking on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and what is coming for XRP. DAI says he knows what is coming. Let's take a listen.
We've started to see the active addresses rising. We're starting to see activity rising, as we should be at this stage in the cycle, the crypto spring. We're starting to see people come out of hibernation, start exercising those muscles again, but we're not operating across everywhere. So we're seeing, NFTs are dead as a doornail, but we're starting to see more activity in Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin's great because it has huge value transacted. ETH has a lot more transactions, but they're lower in economic value, just the nature of the chains. So this is really, and XRP, really interesting, is because it has very low value transactions, but a lot of them. They all work out, all of these work out roughly. It's fascinating. We've started to see the...
What I love, you see his eyes light up when he says XRP. His eyes light up, And I actually got to speak, and I've interviewed Will, Crypto Insight UK, who actually gave a whole, I forget what you would call it, basically a whole prospectus on XRP to Raoul Paul's group. And I believe that he actually included it in his investment letter, whatever community he's got there. He shared it out with his people. So Raoul Paul knows about XRP very well, because I got sent the same report that Will had sent to Raoul Paul. So I know what report Raoul Paul's seen, and that was just one. I'm sure he's looked at other reports and other things with XRP as well, but he absolutely knows. And it's starting to come out now, right? Bitcoin's got a place, Ethereum's got a place, but there's some problems. And then we need that liquidity settlement token as well. And now they're starting to show a glimpse of understanding what XRP is about. Now it's not this mystery. Now, we're not going to mistakenly call it Ripples anymore. We're actually going to acknowledge that there's a difference between the company Ripple, their shares of stock, and XRP, the digital currency, right? We're not going to confuse the two. So you're finally starting to see folks come around on that regard. Now, excuse me. So we see this too. DAI says, nothing to see here. Just a member of European Parliament hosting an event with Ripple. My question is, why aren't members of Congress hosting events with Ripple? Tags Patrick McHenry, GOP Majority Whip, and Warren Davidson. And, Tom Emmer, absolutely. So what we have here is a member of the European Parliament happy to host an event with Ripple for colleagues from both the public and private sector on blockchain and sustainability in the EU. Now, think about this. On July 4th, the day that we celebrate our Independence Day, we have representatives from Ripple meeting over in Europe. Meanwhile, back home, we are still left in a dark cloud of uncertainty, of no clarity, and basically no freedom to use digital assets safely. Right? If you're a legitimate business or an institution, you're scared to move into cryptocurrency DLT technology because you don't know if you're going to get sued by the SEC. That's a great way to celebrate our Independence Day, right? So as I said, on the video that I put out on July 4th, Fighting for Freedom, I highly recommend you guys go take a listen to that if you haven't already, because I put together basically the full story. Why we're still fighting for our freedom nearly 250 years later from when this experiment began. And so at the end, I'll put the link up in for that video so you guys can go check it out if you haven't listened to it. But I dropped that one on July 4th. It was a July 4th Red Folder edition where I explain why the hell we have this red folder, why we have been speaking with lawyers about protecting our assets against our government that has been weaponized and targeted us XRP holders. They could have gone after 20,000 different projects, but why did they go after XRP? Why did they go after Ripple? Because we were the biggest threat to the existing system and the incumbents who control it. That's why. And they know that when their suppression tactics come to an end, when it's time to lift the veil, this thing is absolutely going to melt faces. Take a look here, folks. So we're looking at this one from Coins Kid. Just another technical analysis, gentlemen. In this case, a kid, I guess. And he's looking at the XRP monthly, confirming what we all have been taking a look at here. In 2017, XRP printed a 10 and 20 golden cross. The last time we saw a monthly 10 and 20 EMA golden cross was in 2020. XRP rallied over 720%. If we see another golden cross, a 720% rally sets a new all-time high. My minimal target, if we see the all-time high taken out, is $9 for XRP. So we're looking at this 2020 golden cross, 2023 golden cross, getting ready, set up to absolutely explode. And now $9 XRP, life-changing for a lot of people. If you haven't already, you can go back and watch the video titled Get Rich from XRP, where I talk about preparing for this move, what we're going to do next to reduce our taxes, to invest in real estate, to invest in pre-IPO companies, to build our businesses and scale our businesses, and do it in a way that's going to help preserve and build that wealth, that little nest egg that we now will have, right? For me, I continue to say, invest in the inevitable, right? We don't need to know the moon date. We don't need to know what day the moon's going to go, or XRP is going to go, I should say. We don't need to know that moon date, right? We can invest in the inevitable. We know that when the suppression ends, this thing's going to rip. And so we have to prepare ourselves mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually for that moment, right? Because it's gonna shake up a lot of folks, even folks like myself that have been pounding my table, warning folks that this move is coming, and when it does, to be prepared. Even myself, I don't know if I'm ready for that 700% rise, and remember what happened last time too, folks, during the 2017-2018 bull run, where it went from about 20 cents to $3.80 in about a course of a month. So over a 1 month period, we saw, I think it was about over 30,000% gains. So 700% can happen relatively quickly. $9, $10 XRP gets to a life-changing price point. And you have to also understand, as I've been warning about for the past couple years, and especially over the last year and a half of this bear market, folks are feeling the pain, right? Folks have had to sell off their XRP. And it's so sad. It's so unfortunate. And the damages are massive. That's a different story. Red folder. Damages are massive. I think they're in excess of $1 trillion. That's a different story. Folks having to sell off their XRP to pay medical bills because there's a cloud on their property. That's damages. That's damages, okay? But I digress. What we're seeing here, folks, is that we warned about a bear market. We warned about a recession. It was politically incorrect to call it that. But now we're going to see when this thing does go, people are going to be running to the exits. They're going to need to, right? Their wife's going to be, beating them saying, hey, you've been holding this damn thing for so long. You finally have some gains. Sell off, right? And, everyone should have their own exit strategy. So I just want folks to be prepared. This move is coming, in my opinion. It is an inevitable event. Unless the world ends, I do believe that XRP will eventually break out of the suppression and go somewhere that's going to be, life-changing for many of us. But remember, we reached that new all-time high, $3 to $5, massive sell pressure coming in. We approached $10, even more sell pressure coming in, right? So this move is going to be just as violent as we saw when we went up 30,000% in a course of about a month or so during the last bull run. You're going to see something similar on the way back down too, where we're just going to have a huge swing in prices happening. And so I just want everyone to be able to execute their exit strategy according to your plan, your life, and what you need to get out of your XRP investment. So with that being said, folks, BlackRock going all in on crypto Bitcoin, some would view that as bullish. I already knew they were coming in, right? We already knew they were coming in. We didn't need the announcement from them. We didn't need the Bitcoin bro talk from Larry Fink on Fox Business, right? We didn't need that to know that they were moving into crypto DLT technology. We also know that BRICS getting ready to roll it out. Massive, massive, massive opportunity here to front run with the rest of the smart money, these announcements, these rollouts of these new reserve currencies, resetting, restructuring, and revaluing, everything as we know it is what we're living through right now, folks, right? And so we prepare ourselves for that. And then we prepare ourselves for XRP to absolutely melt faces. Now, folks, like I said, everything is over at my website, ZachRector.com, whether you're looking to get your precious metals or get tapped in with our community of like-minded individuals. We'll be getting ready every Saturday. We do our weekly Discord calls. It's a great opportunity to get intimate, have a conversation with us, and ask a few questions directly to me. So get on into the group every Saturday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have those weekly calls, and we got a lot more classes and resources that we're building out for the community as well. It's a great time to get in touch because we got a lot of momentum and we are just getting started. Very exciting stuff. I appreciate everyone for tuning in today, and I will see you in the next one. God bless you all.